A very helpful tool I've found in ministry is something called the acts of love. It's 5 categories that we use to help us understand ourselves and others better, so that when we want to express love to people, it's the idea or the concept is that we use their primary language of love. The 5 primary languages of love are touch, gifts, acts of service, words of encouragement, and quality time. We like all of those ways to have love expressed to us, but we have what's called a primary language of love. Have you ever wondered what Jesus' primary language of love is? There's a hint of that in Luke chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by the preparations that had to be made. Martha came to Jesus and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and that will not be taken away from her." Martha's language of love for Jesus was acts of service. And Mary's language of love for Jesus was quality time, just sitting at his feet, not rushing around the kitchen trying to prepare meals like a sister, but actually just sitting at Jesus' feet, soaking him up, listening to him. And that is what Jesus preferred. Jesus preferred at that time to be loved by someone spending time with him rather than someone rushing around trying to do things for him and cooking him up a lovely meal. Now, I think that applies to all of us these days, because so many of us think that to serve Jesus is to do things for him, whether at church or in a community, by showing love to others and by doing particular things for his people. We're showing the best sort of love for Jesus. But first and foremost, Jesus wants us to have quality time with him. And there's a great tool for that called the DQT, the Daily Quiet Time. It takes different shapes and sizes. My daily quiet time is at the beginning of every morning, and I begin with a meditation of adoration of Jesus and God. I move on to reading one of the Psalms of the Bible and then a chapter of the Bible, which I read book by book. And finally, I have a time of prayer, praying about the day and praying for others and myself. There's many other shapes daily quiet times can take. Some people like to use a companion to the Bible, like Every Day with Jesus, and listen to some lovely Christian music as part of their daily quiet time. There's no rules or regulations, and we can change it any time we like. But the key point to it is about spending quality time with Jesus every day. And my hope and prayer for you is that you make that a priority in the new year.